Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, whichever time it is, whoever you are, wherever you are. Welcome to another video where I'm going to be going over the 5 ways to increase your cookie's power level the quickest in the game of Cookie Run Kingdom. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to show one thing. Power is important, but power does not mean everything. For example, as you guys can see here, Sea Faerie has an attack of 859,000. White Lily, on the other hand, has a power of 722,000. But White Lily is in every regard a more useful cookie. In every regard. So why does White Lily's power happen to be less even though she's more useful? Let's get into that right now with number one of how to increase your magic power is going to be Magic Candies. So while this may not be applicable to cookies like Sea Faerie and White Lily, it's very applicable to many other cookies like Twizzly Gummy here. As you can see, Twizzly Gummy is up at 722,000 power. Now there's many ways you can change this number, but we'll be talking about Magic Candies at this time being. If you are focused on working on Magic Candies, it's important to note 2 things: production of the ingredients and the crystals. So when it comes to the crystals, swiftness crystals, strength crystals, there's a few of them. They can run out quick. They can run out unexpectedly. So make sure you invest in the proper cookie when you use these crystals. For example, if you invest in every single Magic Candy, you're going to be lacking on the cookies that you want the most, like the Twizzly Gummies, like the Frost Queens, like the Cream Puffs. You will be suffering from those, like the Financiers. And when it comes to the resonant ingredients, you really want to focus, just like the crystals, on a specific cookie. With the release of Dark Choco's Magic Candy and his increasing usage in the meta, I've been focused on his and getting strength crystals. Whereas if you want to be focused on someone like Twizzly, you want to focus on her ingredient and getting swiftness crystals that you can get through bounties and a few other methods like the guild gacha. Now coming in at number 2, and this is actually going to be the laboratory. So the laboratory can be a bit daunting at first because you've got a lot going on, and especially for a newer player who just unlocked this, you see this gigantic path and you start to think, what's the best to upgrade? Should I even upgrade anything? Should I focus on Cookie or Kingdom? What should I do? So what I would recommend is focus on Cookie. There really isn't much use for the Kingdom. When it comes to the Kingdom, there's a few things that you want: the easy goods collection, the production dashboard, but really that's it. When it comes to the cookies though, there are quite a few things that are useful. The extra topping presets, the toppings multi-upgrade, cheaper topping upgrades, and on top of that, all the stat boosts. Now, if we take a look at this, as you guys can see, just scrolling through this, there is a lot going on with stat boosts, defense, HP, attack, everything that can be applicable to a cookie stat wise, it is in the laboratory. And the important thing to note as well is that not only does it give this to you once, it gives it to you a second time. As you guys can see here, HP bonus 2, defense bonus 2, and even attack bonus 2. Now the laboratory is a great example of one of the biggest hints in the game, I should say. It is that the small boosts matter. And when it comes to using the laboratory, it uses cash, money, resources, as well as the sugar gnomes. So as you go up the levels in the laboratory, you'll be using more intensive blacksmithing tools. So it's important to note that wherever you are with your blacksmithing building production and where you are with your lab, you need to keep those 2 in mind as you plan what cookies you want to upgrade. But when you first start this as a player, as a newer player, or who has someone who has just opened the laboratory, you want to focus on the stats that are the most applicable to the cookies that you want to boost the most. Now coming in at number 3, and this is a big one, landmarks. Now these can easily go undetected. They are in the shop at the bottom left corner where you can add buildings to your kingdom. Now you may notice some require gems, and you may notice they give you a boost. These boosts are extremely handy. As we can see here with the Dark Lord's Castle, we get 15% damage resist on all cookies. Every cookie. That isn't just for one game mode, that isn't just for one kind of cookie, that's every cookie in every game mode. This is stupidly useful, unbelievably useful. And then we keep going down the ranch until we get to other ones, and we can see here the Dreaming Jelly Lion statue. All cookies attack plus 10%. And then we have others like the Eerie Haunted House, all cookies crit plus 8%. And then a little bit further down, we have the Ominous Cake Tower as well, which increases your cookies HP. All in all, the landmarks are an extremely useful way to increase your cookie stats, to increase your cookies power, and to make you a more competitive player in the game. And beautifully enough, you can put them in the Sky Garden. You can just literally forget about them after you get them. Now, number 4, and that is going to be Ascensions. Now, It might be seeming kind of obvious. Of course, the higher you ascend your cookie, the stronger it'll be, but I'm going to be talking to you about how to easily do that in this brief moment. So when it comes to ascending your cookies, there's a few things that help, but the big ones being these epic soulstone choice chests and the mileage points in the gacha shop. Now, if you are looking to boost a specific cookie, in the early game, you do not have much of an opportunity to go into master mode to get all those soul stones. This is the only way to easily pick a certain cookie and boost the crap out of them. With the guild mileage shop, what you are able to do is you get these mileage points as you do gacha summons or any other kind of form of summon, and they allow you to exchange for cookie soul stones. So when you are looking to get the cookie with the highest power, you want to focus on the cookie with the highest attack. In this instance, it'd be something like creme brulee, something like black lemonade, Twizzly, blueberry pie, prune juice. All these cookies serve in that damage dealing role with high power. Now, even if you aren't looking for a high attack power cookie, you can still go with something defensive like burnt cheese or fettuccine, and they are still extremely useful. You know, increasing their power through this means is just as correct as increasing creme brulee or prune juice. The only reason why I singled out those other few cookies is because they're attack cookies, whereas fettuccine and burnt cheese are more defensive cookies. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, offensive cookies have higher power, but that doesn't mean a team with all high power will be the best team. A well-balanced team between attack, defense, and healing is necessary. And as I mentioned earlier, the epic soulstone chests are the other best way, and it's important, very important, save these for ascensions. Now, as you guys may know, it is very easy to get these, honestly. Every time there's a new, every 2 weeks they release 2 new chests that you can buy for 4,200 gems, and they occasionally give these out for rewards. They're kind of easy to get, honestly, and it may be tempting to use them for any cookie that you want to get more of, but it is important. Save these for ascended cookies. Ascended cookies are much harder to get. Ascension boosts them up much more. It is imperative. Save these chests for the cookies that are ascended. And now the last one, and the most important one that can heavily sway how things work, and that is toppings and biscuits. Now, just to show you the power of toppings and biscuits, as you can see here, Lily has 722,000 power with the raspberry toppings and this biscuit. Let's get rid of the biscuit. 565,000. Now, the reason why this happens is because, simply put, the stat boosts, but some stats boost more than others, and attack is the highest power increasing stat in the game. Things like defense, HP, damage resist really don't directly contribute to that amount. As you guys can see here, the difference between a full raspberry and a full chocolate topping is 23,000 power. The reason why is because attack power is more credited towards power than cooldown is. Cooldown is more influential on the power level than damage resist. As you guys can see, from damage resist to raspberry is a difference of 150,000. It is the same cookie with the same skill level, with the same biscuit. It is just toppings that make that difference. So when you're building a team and you have a cookie that's defensive based, don't stress too much about their power. They're not supposed to have high power. Whereas if you have a White Lily, Espresso, Sea Faerie, Frost Queen, Creme Brulee, a cookie that deals attack damage, you do want to focus on that attack power because it kind of just shows where they're focused in that. And I want to make sure that you guys don't get that confusion in your head where you think, oh, this cookie's low power, it must be bad. No. It just might serve a different role than what an attacking power cookie might have. It might be a healer, it might be a support unit, it might be a defense cookie. Don't throw away a cookie that you think is useless that could be extremely useful just because of that. And with that, guys, that's all I got today. That was 5 different ways to boost up your cookie's power. Quick, nice, fast, and easy. If you guys liked the video, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and leave a comment below on what else you guys want to see in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.